Hello guys, you have to excuse the state of me because I've not long finished work, but here we are back in the garage, back at home, and in this half of the video we're going to prepare the doors so that Jonathan at Metal Monkey can hang them and use them to work out the shape of the roll cage. And tonight's quite an exciting one actually because Mel! For God's sake. This is what happens when you get a woman involved. Mel, this is serial. Serious. So, this is Melanie Brown, also known as Datsun, my wife. You'll find her on Facebook, TikTok, OnlyFans, all the usual places. And she's going to help us prepare the doors. So, we're going to get set up and we're going to show you what we're going to do with them. Speak to you in a bit. Look, this is what happens when you get a woman involved. We're supposed to be building cars, Mel. Mel. Okay, how we doing? Mel don't really want to be in the video, but we're going to try and get her in it. So, what are we doing, baby? Explain to people.
We're stripping the doors of the S13 to try and lose a bit of weight.
And are we having...
I'm going to lose a bit of this.
Oh, I'm going to chin her in a minute. Right, so are we having steel doors or fiberglass doors?
Steel?
Well done.
Oh, okay.
Well done. Yeah, we're sticking with the steel doors. One of the issues we had with the Subaru is we made it too light at the back, so it's super heavy up front. We don't want to do that with this car. I want this car to shut it. Right. I don't want this car to be stupidly front end heavy, so we're going to stick with things like the steel doors. Also, if you get doored, someone punts them in, you can just kick them back out. So, yeah, stick with steel doors. That's what we're going. We're giving it a try. Never done it before. We've always had fiberglass. So here we are, steel door. Now what we're going to do first, we're going to weigh it. So it's a complete door, glass, wing mirror, door panel, everything's there. We're going to weigh it. Let's see what it weighs, and then we'll weigh it once we're done. See you in a bit. So let's just
So we're stripping out all of the inside?
Yeah.
Right. 0. Kilos.
So here we go, guys. We're going to weigh the door on Mel's bathroom scale. Hopefully I won't break them. What we got?
28.5 kilos.
28.5 kilos. As you can see, complete door. Let's strip it down.
Soundstripe.
Here we are, stripping the door. Now, those of you that really struggle to get S13 parts, wiring loom parts, just thought I'd show you. You'd be pleased to see how Mel is hacking her way through the wiring loom, even though it pulls through the door quite easily. You know, I got half a door wiring loom. Well done, babe. Good effort, that.
It doesn't pull through easily.
It doesn't pull through easily.
Oh, maybe it does.
Oh, there you go. That's the other end. Yeah, 4 sail, 2 halves of a door loom for an S13. What a sledge. Yeah, as you could probably tell, we've never done one of these before. But we're working it out, aren't we, babe?
Yeah.
So we've stripped our door down to a bare door. All that's left in it at the moment is the lock mechanism. Now with the Subaru, we stripped the door a lot, which lost us the handle. It becomes super flimsy. I'm thinking about keeping more of the door. I mean, it's the first time I've dealt with an S13 door. They're very shapely inside. There's quite a lot of reinforcement through the top on the inside. I think what I'm going to do is start a cut, do a small cut, and then kind of work out what I've got from there. So I think I'm going to run around with a permanent marker and do some choppy.
Sounds right. Sounds right.
Welcome back. So, as you've seen, we've stripped the inside of the door out. It's got no more in skin, got no more reinforcement panel, and we've retained the check strap, the hinges, door handle, and door latch. That's all we need to make this door function. The only thing that will be added to this door is going to be a piece of perspex, but as you all know, it doesn't weigh much. So we're going to weigh it, and let's see what we've got. So set up the scales, Mel's bathroom scales. My beautiful assistant. 11.6. So from 28.5 to 11.6. That ain't bad, is it?
17 kilos.
Right, third attempt. I'm here at the Metal Monkey Motorsport workshop to take a little look at the S13's roll cage. So I've come here today just to show you some of Jonathan Stevens' handiwork. Now, Jonathan's done the roll cage in the Subaru, the V8 Turbo Subaru. He done Anthony Cletus's V8 supercharged BMW Compact, and he done Holly Kidney's 300ZX twin turbo. He's done those for us, and every car was built, you know, the roll cages were built to an amazing standard. So I will always use Jonathan. His work's amazing, and I'm going to show you around some of it now. Now, I'm probably not the easiest customer to deal with, so when I came to Jonathan and said, can you build this roll cage? How would you like it, Mark? Well, I've got a massive head, so I need loads and loads of clearance. So I'll show you what he's done. Look at the fitment on that. He's tucked the roll cage as close to the bodywork as possible, giving me maximum head clearance for my massive head. Massive! This boy's got skills. I'm going on about fitment a lot, but check this out. Check out the fitment of this NASCAR door bar against the door. Ready? Now, I've worked out a really good way of showing you this. Bear with me. Now you can see the bar and the door. Now when I do this, door open, door closed. Door open, door closed. Door open, closed. And that obviously is just touching. Perfect fitment on the door. You can't ask for better than that, can you? Look at that. And that is the whole way down. Perfection. This boy is good. If you're thinking, how does he get it so perfect? I'm going to show you how. Well, I'm not. He is. This is Metalmonkey. This is Jonathan Stevens. This is the wizard. Yeah, so, yeah. So this is Jonathan Stevens, Metalmonkeymotorsport. And I've asked him to show you something that I think is pretty amazing. It's his own design of jig to create the perfect roll cage. Is it alright to call it that?
I wouldn't say it's perfect, but I mean it gets it tight to the body. So.
Perfect. Perfect. So I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to have a little look at it. So, do you want to talk us through it, Jonathan?
Yeah, sure.
What's the big one?
Right, so the big one is for finding the correct fitment for main hoop.
And how does it work?
Well, it's like I don't know, a bit like a telescopic rod, really. So each bend obviously is a certain angle. So you find the angles inside the car first, and I've made up each bend, so I might have a 65 degree or something, or 68. You know, if I want to get a bit critical or something, depending on how tight the fitment needs to be. And then you make up link bars as well. So each bend at the end has got a nut welded on, so that I can pinch a straight piece of tube inside to get the right length. So
Oh, okay. So you adjust it here
that's it, yeah.
to get
So-
the length of this section.
Yeah, obviously you want to try and find the best distance between each bend where they've got to start. So a cut there, so then you can find the distance between each cut, which will then give you the start of each bend. And then follow down, measure down to the next one. So yeah, so when you come to bending in the actual proper tube, you know you can either marry it up to this for each bend, or you know exactly where the bends are going to start so that it fits the car straight away. Not
Yeah.
loads of fettling or oh crap, there's a gap down the side or something like that. So I spent too much money trying to get it right in the past. So one morning I woke up with this in my head. So.
And it works.
Yeah, but I mean the main thing that really helps with it is the front legs, because of the offset when it goes up to the roof.
Okay.
So I can show you that.
So, Jonathan, I got a little bit confused in the fact that how does that adjust to fit different cars? So, obviously, if that's too wide for my car or too narrow for my car, how are you adjusting that?
Yeah, so when you're using the pinch bolts, you can release off and say you've got an MX5.
Hey, MX5 cage.
And then obviously bigger reaching out.
Yeah.
This also helps because sometimes you'll want a bend in the centre to reach up to the roof, depending on how far away it is.
Yeah.
So then you've got your different bends, because it always has to end up 180 degrees.
Okay.
Imagine it's squared off.
Yeah.
So if you're adding a 10-degree bend there, you've then got to reduce the bend, say, down the sides.
Okay.
Or in there.
So you have different bends pre-made, dependent
Yeah.
on if you wanted to add a 10 there, you put a 10 there.
This is my little mate.
That is sick. Oh wow.
Pre-made bends.
Wow, and that's all pre-made bends for the jig.
Yep.
And that, guys, is how he achieves that perfect fit. Yeah, what a legend. That is so cool. Right, so the next bits Jonathan's going to show us is the fact that this hoop is flat, isn't it? When you think about it, it's flat with that wall. But obviously your bar that goes from the hoop across your head down to your foot, what would you call that?
Front leg.
Front leg. So actually a perfect view there. Oh, I zoomed in too far. There we go. So that front leg, it isn't flat, is it? It kinks with the shape of the car. Now, that is super duper hard to achieve. That is really hard. I've tried to do that myself, and that is tough. And again, Jonathan's jig, it just nails it. Let's have a little look at that. So, Jonathan, talk to us about this front leg.
Right, so the main thing that's really benefited me with making the jig is because of the front leg, due to the offset of the kick. So when you look at the front of a car, where it comes down the A-pillar always goes off in a direction towards the roof, but then straightens up again. So it's called an offset, and to find that, because literally you're twisting the tube after a bend in your tube bender, but you've got to know where it is. So I mean, obviously loads of cage builders have learned how to do it their own way, but for a fast, effective way, it was easier just to do it with a jig. So with certain bends made up, you could put it in the car and literally just adjust, twist to suit the car,
Look at that. So that's created the kick already.
and then you've got your offset
Yeah.
straight away. And then that way, inside the car, obviously,
Yeah.
it's a bit difficult to do it now because there's a cage in it. But you would then lock it off inside the car, so there's
Yeah.
an offset now.
That's cool.
Then put onto a bench of a flat surface, but mine's a bit full up in a minute. But laid it on the floor, you can see that there's a kick. There.
There's your kick.
Alright. So on the flat surface, you then use your angle finder and you put it on one of the tubes, flatten out there to find your offset. And then, yeah, and that's as simple as it gets.
Still very technical, but it is cool as fuck.
Because obviously, with going up into the roof, you want the extra bends, but with extra bends, makes it more difficult to find an offset. And I've even managed to do 2 offsets with my jig before, and then get it to fit the car perfectly. I think I've done it with Ant's one.
Yeah.
And then, because obviously you've got your cut, so then you find the distance between each bend with your offset, and then also with the ends, you can find what offset that your cut is to make to the main hoop. So you can do it all on the bench, and then go to your car and it's in. So, yeah.
That easy.
Yeah, pretty much.
I still couldn't do it. Awesome.
So, excuse the state of me, it's Sunday, but Mark has told me to come outside because apparently he's got a present for us. So, let's see what it is.